Hey guys, this is a clarification to Dina James Vlog Volume 6 Part 2, in which I rant for several minutes about accuracy versus credibility, or accuracy lending credibility. It's a clarification, obviously, or well, let's just call it an addendum. Okay, when you get tired, Dina, for this, because it's late as usual, and guess what? I'm tired. It's been a long day. But I did sort of make word count, and it's been a good day as far as writing and stuff goes. But I did want to clarify the accuracy versus credibility thing I was ranting about the other day. Such as, people have been asking me questions about what I mean and what kind of mistakes I'm talking about as far as accuracy, lending credibility. And the things I'm talking about are basic facts, such as suppose you're writing a mystery story. And you have a main character who's a detective. Are they old enough to be one? Do you even know how old they should be in order to make that rank? You can't really have, a 22-year-old detective. I mean, it's not feasible unless, now this is the part where it gets confusing, unless this is part of your specific world, of your specific creation. And that's the part I'm talking about where you justify using a known object or substance, if you're talking about medications, to for your purposes. You don't just insert a random, what I'm saying is, and I'm really tired, so forgive the non-being, forgive my own non-clarity here. What I'm saying is yes, if you have a detective story and your detective is younger than the average age, you need to justify that. You need to explain. Maybe he or she is a prodigy. Maybe they graduated early from the academy. Maybe, whatever. Justify it in some way. Don't just randomly assign it because you think the word detective sounds cool. That's an earned thing in most genres, in most practices, in most anything. Excuse me, really. It's an earned title. It's an earned rank. You make your way up. You don't just, decide, oh, well, you're going to be a detective this week because we need someone over in homicide. Do you even know what homicide is, where it falls in the department? If you don't, they make resources. This is the resource I'm reading now. This is a great resource, and they make a bunch of these. This is called Police Procedure and Investigation, a Guide for Writers. And it's it's the How Done It series, so basically, how things are done, because that's clever, by Lee Laughlin, and then there's a foreword by a nice guy named Stuart Kaminsky. It's a great resource, and it says, the first chapters explain departmental hierarchy. It doesn't, I'm not saying you have to go out and buy books. I'm saying you can find this stuff online. Go to your local police department if you're writing a mystery story and ask the average age of a detective. How long did it take them to get there? What did they do? Did they have to go to school? That's the neat thing that you'll find out when you research is, yeah, police officers need degrees. Long gone are the days when you could just, walk into your local police department and say, hi, I want to be a cop. No. These days you need a degree in criminal justice. You go to the police academy, you train with another officer on duty for several months. There's a protocol and a procedure that you need to observe these days. So you can't just randomly assign a rank to your character anymore. So that's what I'm talking about as far as accuracy, lending credibility. You need to know basic stuff. Yes, it's nice to tell a detective story. It's nice to talk about a homicide detective or a drug detective. Oh, dang, what do they call them? I can't think about that right now. Narcotics. Thank you. Narcotics agent. And that's the thing, is your agency. Is this person a police officer? Does this person work for a city? Is it a sheriff's department? There are various departments that you should know about. You should decide. And, you're the writer, so you get to control this stuff. And then go and research what your character does, where they are, what they're doing. And I said is if you bend the rules, then you need to justify that. If your detective is 22, you need to tell me why. That's what I'm saying. Accuracy lends credibility because, and this is the fun part, say you're talking about medications and, you rattle off some random whatever about a specific drugs, and the person reading your book happens to be a nurse or has a medical background and knows dang well that that drug that you just referenced isn't used the way you said it was supposed to be. Now, you can either A, justify the fact as to why this drug is used or affected this character this way when you did it wrong, or you can not use the drug at all. Use it properly, because some of your audience is going to have a medical background and they're going to know what these drugs are supposed to be doing and how they're used. And it really makes you look like a dork whenever you use a drug and it's not the intended purpose if you haven't justified it. Suppose this particular drug affects a particular race or a particular gender or something differently. Justify it. Say something. Give a reason. Don't just say, oh, well, I'm going to use this drug the way I want to. No, no, no. If you're going to use the drug the way you want to, make up a different name. And then explain it. Don't use a particular substance that, erroneously. Accuracy lends credibility, and this is what I'm saying. That's about all I have for right now. I hope I clarified what I meant, and then it makes sense, because it's late and I'm tired. Anyway, thank you. Have a good night. Okay, thanks, bye.